Get in bed. Get in bed.
Okay, so I just want everybody, man, how can I show everybody?
I'm on my phone. I just flip through the screens and it shows everybody.
Yeah. Huh. Anyhow, so I want everybody, it's not echoing right now, but if it does start to echo, if it gets loud at your house, just to go ahead and mute your line. And then if you have something to say or like you want to intervene, just unmute yourself because I might not see you.
Yeah, and click gallery view and you can see everybody.
Gallery view. Oh, dang, look at all these people. I like that a lot better. Gosh, how many Zooms have I done? Anyhow, whew, now I have to see myself. Anyhow, okay, so I want everybody, first and foremost, and I want everybody I have a pen and paper. I want everybody to like have like what they want as their goals for Beachbody, okay? And like whether you want it to be just something that is a hobby that you just are like, I have fun doing this. I like what it's done for me. If somebody asks me about it, I'll tell them. Or if you like truly want to like bust it out and like make it a full-time job and, you know, never have to go to your other job, like, you know, those are definitely, you know, tangible goals. Like people do this all the time. And for anybody who thinks that they've got in too late or whatever, you know, thought that is holding you back from thinking that you can do that, that is your own thinking. That's nobody else's. That's your thinking. You have to think positive. And as much as like the negativity that's in this world and everything else and the naysayers, and I get it, like there's naysayers in your own like family. Like I have my biggest naysayer. He's my husband. This is being recorded right now. He can look it up and he knows it. Like he can try to put me down as much as he wants, but I truly believe in this and how I'm helping people. So I won't stop. So that's my why. Like I know that I can help people and I'm going to continue to do it. So if your goal is to like be this business builder, like you've got to start doing things that a business builder is going to do. Like treat this like it's a $500,000 business. You know, people a lot of times, and I was listening to a recording one time that somebody, you know, at the same time started as a Beachbody coach and then invested in this company, and that company grew and grew and grew. And they asked why the Beachbody didn't. It's because they put more time and effort into it because they had to put money into it. You know, starting as a Beachbody coach, you can spend $140 on a challenge pack, which you would have already bought regardless of the business aspect of it. And so you're not thinking of it in terms that it's like this huge like business that it possibly can be. You know, there's so many people that make six figures with this business, you know, and I fully intend to be there one day. And I hope every one of you does that as well, because if you believe it, you will achieve it. Like there's nothing that can hold you back other than yourself. 3 vital behaviors. I know you've heard this so many freaking times, and it's like really gut check yourself, because I have to do it too. Like I have to tell myself, did I actually reach out to these people, or did I just put a post online and hope that somebody was going to say something about it? Or like, ooh, they liked it. Like, ooh, maybe they're going to say something to me. Like, no, like say something to them. Like I see people all the time that I screenshot their screens, and I'm like, at like night when I'm scrolling through the newsfeed, I'm like, I'm going to comment on a few things, and then tomorrow I'm going to reach out. And you know what? I don't care sometimes if they think I'm crazy, but you know, the one time that you don't tell somebody about something, before you know it, they're selling Rodan and Fields, or they're a Beachbody coach under somebody else because somebody else reached out to them. Like, be that person that reaches out and tells them. Like, and I tell people, I'm like, hey, you may think I'm crazy. And then I'll put like parentheses, like, you know, most people that know me know that to be true, and like make it like a joke, because that's me. Like, I joke about things, like, you know, but I don't want any of you to be me. Like, I want all of y'all to be you. And the people that are on your friends list know you to be you. Like, they know, you know, Becky has a freaking heart of gold. They know Shanna is lighthearted and, you know, laughs a lot and always smiles. Like, you know, like be that person through your social media too, like for people. Don't try to be some sort of expert at something or pretend like you know it all when you don't. Like, just be yourself. You know, for those of you that want this to be a business, like, you know, as much as it sounds like I have to be able to go to your page and see and know that, like, if I go on there that you're a coach, like you can't just like one day like post something and then not post anything, for like weeks and on end, because then people were like, oh, where'd she go? She must have stopped doing that. Like, people love to see other people fail. You know why? Because a lot of people are miserable. So they want to see everybody else be miserable. So they just sit back a lot of times and wait for you to fail. Don't be that person that be that person that shows them that, like, you're like, hey, look, I'm here to stay. I can be annoying if you want me to be. I can reach out, and I can reach out to you 3 different times, and then the third time I reach out to you, I'm like, hey, it's me again. If I'm bothering you, let me know. I can take it. Like, don't be afraid to get your feelings hurt a little bit, because at the end of the day, the only ones missing out are them. Like, let's just be honest. Like, who wouldn't want to be on this Zoom call right now? Like, so I get it. Life happens. We miss our power hours. We want to enjoy time with our family. We want to do other things. And I get it. Like, I get it. I've taken days off, and my business affects that. So whatever it is that you do in one day, like if you do only have 1 hour that day, like make sure it's productive. Make sure like your phone is off. You're not scrolling the news feed and that's your power hour. Like if you only have like a short time to check into your challenge groups, like comment or like answer a question if one of your challengers, has a question, because you made that promise that you would be there to help them, guide them. But, you don't have to like comment and make a story if you don't have time on everybody's post, comment, answer their question. And then you go into, are you laughing at me?
Sarah.
Oh.
Yes.
And then you go into your power hour where you're like inviting and following up with those people. And, I was telling people like I'm an organized mess. Like, here's my short list. This is my short list. I keep this with me. This is my short list. This is the list that I'm working off of potential coaches, potential challengers, everything. But then I have my large list, which I think are still in my suitcase. Like this one I know is just my leads. Like, I just keep my leads in here, like, things of that. And like some of them just never go away, and I use a pencil so I can erase them and move them if they go to a different category. So, if you're like computer savvy, do it on there. Good for you. But just make sure you're, keeping track of those people, because one day when you're like in crunch time for SC, like you might want to go back and like, all right, who can I follow up with? And just send out all these follow-ups. But, if you're following up within the first 24 to 48 hours, a lot of times you'll get an answer out of them, whether it's not right now, whether it's nothing, and you can just scratch them off your list for right now, or, follow up in a month, and make sure you write that down and you do follow up and, stay true to your word. Also, a lot of those people that you either reach out to about the business opportunity or the challenge group opportunity, do not be afraid to ask them for a referral. I read something the other day, or I watched something the other day about a good way to put it, and I can share that with you, and I can post it in the team page. However, you like it. But I was reaching out to this girl. She's a stay-at-home mom. I thought for sure, like, she's, doesn't work out, but she's, just whatever. She used to back in high school. I was like, hey, you may think I'm crazy, whatever. You ever thought about being a Beachbody coach? I'm looking to expand my team. And I find some of my best coaches that I love investing my time in are moms that want to work and earn an income from home. I would be kicking myself in the rear if I did not present this opportunity to you. Would you be interested in some more information? So I ended with a question. She's like, thanks for thinking of me. Not right now. I was like, I totally get it. Being a mom is busy. You wouldn't want to add on another stress at the moment, but if you ever change your mind or want to start your health and fitness journey, know that I'll be here. I would never push you to do something you weren't interested in. I was like, but I'm in the business of creating wealth, physically, mentally, and financially for women and men alike. Is there anyone that you know of that would be interested in the business opportunity or the products I offer? So right there, I'm asking for not only referrals for, the health and fitness, or referrals for somebody that she may possibly know, like, oh, hey, my friend would be great at that. and regardless if they respond back, at least you've put that out there. And so maybe in the future, they're like, oh my gosh, I know this one girl. Well, I actually don't even know her. She's just this crazy friend of mine on Facebook who posts in her pizza onesie all the time. So she's a Beachbody coach, so like, make that imprint on them so that they know that like, okay, well, she's not going anywhere in the future. If I need her, she's there or whatever. Like, just make sure you're putting that out there to them. And don't be afraid to ask for that. I mean, it's not selfish of you to ask for referrals. Like that's how we get our business. That's where I've gotten a lot of my customers recently is by people referring to me, which brings me to my next topic, customer service. That's what we're in. We're in customer service. Like I said, you got to keep your promises. When you truly, genuinely care about the person's results, it's going to show. Like if you invest your time in them and truly care, it's going to show not only in that person because they're going to feel great. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, Ashley, like I've lost 17 pounds and I can't thank you enough. So right then and there, like whether that's somebody that could be a potential coach for you, that like, cause you've helped work them get these results. And like, look, you can be a coach. You can share your journey with other people. So that's one thing, you've genuinely cared. You got a smile on your face because they've thanked you. And now you can either have them pay it forward, or if they're not totally interested in that and they just want to continue to be a challenger, then, their story can, just looking at them, they're like, okay. They're like, hey, what have you been doing, Sarah? I'm like, oh, well, my friend's a Beachbody coach and she got me involved in this. So, don't remember why you've actually got those challenges to begin with. Don't like just sell them a challenge pack and like, ooh, have fun. And I'll tell you, when I was first a coach, I was afraid to get on the phone, and I wouldn't be like, oh, I'd be like, okay, like, and I would sit behind my computer screen and I would type shit out all the time. And it is true. Like it saves time by just typing out, and you can answer multiple conversations at once. But, if you have the time, or if it's somebody that you generally know, like raise your hand if you've never sold a challenge pack to somebody that you don't know. Like most people that you've sold challenge packs already to, you know them personally at some point in your life. Get them on the phone and talk to them. Make sure they know what's going on with their challenge pack. Like I was telling Shanna earlier, if you don't have something to offer them right away, like right now, like I had a customer whose pack just showed up today. I told her, I'm like, hey, here's my number. When your pack shows up, shoot me a text. I want to, make sure you get it. And like, I don't have anything to offer her right now as far as a group, but I told her that I would talk to her, and get her through it. So she wanted to talk tonight. She couldn't because of kids. She wants to talk tomorrow. And so then I'm going to invite her into my clean eating challenge group that's going to start on Monday. And then I'm going to check up with her, and then I'm going to put her in the November 30th one. So, you always definitely have something to offer. And if you care about those results, for your challengers, it's going to pay off for you. Not only are you going to get that heartwarming feeling when they tell you you've helped change their life, but you're also going to get other people that come to you for help as well. I think I may have said this earlier about the organization. Just take that 5 extra minutes every day to get organized. Organize your receipts because you can pretty much write off everything. I'm going to write off these pizza pajamas. Just like, make sure you have everything. I mean, again, mine's an organized mess. It's all together in like a drawer, but take that extra 5 minutes and just make sure you're organized, whether it's your follow-up list, like who you're going to follow up with the morning. If you're a type of person that needs to like pre-plan your posts, so you know what you're going to post like the night before, so you're not stressing about it, or if it's something you want to take like 5 minutes in the morning and do, just, if you plan for success, just like your workouts and your eating, if you plan for success with your Beachbody career, you will be successful. Again, with the haters, there's going to be them. They're all over. But like, if you don't believe in yourself, like, there's no way you're going to get through this. You've got to be able to have some thick skin, because let's just be honest, like it's tough. Like it's tough when your loved ones don't think that you can do this. It's tough when your loved ones put you down. Like it's hard. Like it sucks. Like I'm going to have another conversation with my husband when he gets home about how he makes me feel. And I'm not going to be rude about it. I'm just going to sit him down and I'm just going to let him know, like, when you say things like this is how I feel. Like, I need you to believe in me. I need you to support me. But, and sometimes you say you support me, but I need you to prove that with your actions at times. And you may not always agree with things that I do, but don't quit trying to, break me down. Instead, try to build me up. And we've already, my husband and I, we've read that book, the five love languages. Like, he knows my love languages. And first and foremost is words of affirmation. So like, if he's not giving me those, like, it puts me down. So I can sometimes get in a rut just simply because of, my husband not believing. Man, I'm sweating. Good thing these aren't gray.
That's hilarious.
Good thing these aren't gray, or you would see I had to turn on the fan. Anyhow, enough with that. Haters, there's plenty of them. Okay, if you're haters because you hate your life, no, I'm just kidding. That's not true. Pay attention to your posts that are getting the most engagement. I will tell you, most every time the pics of yourself or transformations. I had my sister's friend just told me the other day that the post that I posted about somebody's transformation that wasn't even my one challenger that won like $500 was like literally the icing on the cake, because she had been asking my sister for months, does that really work? She's like, do these things really work? And and she saw that post, she's like, okay, sign me up. So like, people like to see real results, and so just always remember that. What else? Stay positive with your post. I know how hard it can be sometimes, like when life gets in the way, and I don't know, like if you've had a bad day or something, but like even like negative posts, like it's been raining all day, or I've been stuck in traffic, or like something that's like that sucks. Like, always try to like put a positive spin on the end. Like, nobody's gonna want to look at your page all the time if like all you're saying is like negative stuff. Like, nobody wants to be brought down by your post. So like, if you always find a funny way to like spin it and like turn it into a positive, which is what we tell ourselves every day in challengers, try to do such. Also, when people like ask you stuff about other things, like Advocare or other, like something that you haven't personally tried, or you don't know all the answers to, like, do not pretend like you do. And don't ever, and I try not to really ever like put all those things down either, because to each his own. Just explain to them why you choose Beachbody and Shakeology, and why you choose the healthy route, because learning a healthy lifestyle is the only way you're going to be able to keep this weight off that you want to lose, or fueling your body with proper nutrients is how you're going to feel your best, prevent yourself from diseases, and gain that muscle. Definitely do that. Like, if I were to pretend like I'm a cardiac nurse, if I were to go into a NICU and pretend like I knew what I was doing, like, I would be looking like a fool. Like, just because I'm a nurse does not make me a nurse in every aspect. And just because I've done this does not make me an expert in all the other stuff. Like, speak from what you know, continue to learn, continue to adapt, continue to, engage yourself and, reading and, things like that, things that you like, that interest you, that you want to learn more about and be able to like talk about. I know Summer was asking me, how I had learned. She's like, where did you learn about nutrition? And I'm like, honestly, like, my background as a cardiac nurse helped, because I was kind of teaching some people things. Some of the things that I teach my patients, I don't always agree with now that I like kind of know things, but, experiment with yourself, take that extra time while you're at the grocery store and turn over labels on things that you wouldn't maybe normally do, like things that your challengers ask you. I like this one. I like this term a lot. It's called GTS. Google that shit. You can learn a lot from Google. Like it's education at our fingertips. You know, don't obviously believe the first thing that you read to be complete 100% truth. You know, definitely take your time to kind of learn, you know, about other things, but you know, and use different resources and not just, hey Morris, and not just, you know, go with the first source. You know, it's honestly everything, you know, that you learn and become is all going to just come over time. You know, I've watched Candace learn about so much in nutrition in the last, you know, 9 months or so, that now she can teach other people that have had the same problems as her in the past. So, you know, that's what this is all about. It's a learning experience, not only just, you know, for you and your body, but to just, of course, share that love with everybody in the world, because we want to help everybody. Also find ways to negate like people's uncertainties. I know I've been doing a lot recently of just like reaching out to people about the business aspect. And they'll come with me with questions and concerns, and I always try to negate those things, or, you know, come back with, you know, like, and also too, like I put myself in those shoes. Like I remember when I first started off as a coach, or like other fellow coaches of mine, you know, what their concerns were. And, you know, don't just disregard their concerns, you know, let them know, you know, what it's done for you, what it has done for people in your direct upline, you know, things of that nature. I guess that's really, learning about Shakeology. That's another one. I send this video to a lot of my new challengers, and it's the one with like Darren O'Lean, which, oh my gosh, y'all, I'm reading this book. Becky, you remember how we got this as a, you got this one, didn't you? Or maybe,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Girl, this book is good. I'm hooked. But anyhow, Darren O'Lean, I send that video on Shakeology to people, and now I'm like reading his book, so I can almost like talk about it more. And like he's not like talking about Shakeology. I'm like not even into that point, but it's crazy. Whoever wants this book after I'm done reading it, you know, the first one to raise their hand gets it. Shayla. Yeah, I'll send it your way. It's honestly so, but then you have to promise to pass it on. But it's like, honestly, it's, you know, reading about things that interest you, and that totally interests me. It's like, you know, those are things that are going to expand your mind and expand your business. So just remember that. Just remember all those things. How much time we have left? What questions or what concerns or what things do y'all want to talk about? Nothing? How many people did y'all reach out to today that were brand new? Yeah, 2, yeah, 5. All right, perfect. How many?
I haven't had that power hour yet.
Okay, fair. That's fair. You've been at work all day. How many people did you follow up with?
I did follow up with 3 people today.
See?
Hey, I gotta tell you guys something funny.
Tell us.
This is great. I don't even know how this happened, but I was almost late on this call because Jeremy has a friend and he's ex-Amish, okay? He jumped the fence like 8 years ago. So like we've known him for a long time. So he bought a challenge pack from me. So he was like telling his friends, you know, they're all kind of out of the loop on all this stuff, but they're all organic because that's what they do. So he was like telling his friends about it, and they're all like, hook me up. Okay. I know. I'm like, so step number 1 is you need to get Facebook. Yeah.
You guys want to see what I have to deal with? Look what I have to deal with. He's seriously eating a whole banana cream pie. That's what I have to deal with.
Tell him to eat it all and never leave a trace.
He tries to tempt me all the time, like, but I'm doing good. Yeah. He's crazy.
So Ashley, so you told them all to get Facebook.
Yeah, I kind of had the conversation with Abram. I'm like, hey, introduce them to Facebook because Abram's up on that. He's funny. So I was like, he's real excited about starting Shakeology and doing all this. So he has like 5 guys. He said that they like all want to try it when he gets it.
Heck yeah.
I made him one here a couple weeks ago, and he was like all into it. He just ran his first half marathon last month, and so he got Body Beast, which I told him, I thought that would be good for him. And then he's actually so excited. He's like, I want to get this T25 too. I'm like, okay. I'm like, just one at a time because I didn't want him to go, It's like, let's try Body Beast first. So he's all excited, and he's like, yeah, he's got like 5 other guys that want to. I was like, what the heck just happened?
Potential coach? Yes, I would say so.
Yeah, I told him, I said, he's like, I really like this. So I added him, Becky, he's in our no excuses. True. I just added him in there. So he's like, I want some recipes and stuff. So what I did, you guys, was my incentive. I private messaged a handful of people, and I said, this month, if you buy a challenge pack, not only am myself and Adrian is actually going to donate to one of the families around our area here in need for Christmas, but I will also give you a cookbook with all clean eating recipes by Autumn Calabrese. So yes, I did. I went ahead and ordered like 4 cookbooks. And so far, I have 2 of them gone, Abram and another gal, and another challenger just messaged me, and she's going to be ordering on Friday. So like, it was just a good incentive because now, Abram's excited to get it just to have the cookbook and get an idea of other clean eating ideas, Plus on the challenge group, I told him all about the files. I had to walk through that with him, I'm probably going to be on the phone with him a lot.
I know how and I know some of you at first that are like new coaches, you're like, man, that's a lot to like put in on the front end, but just like think about it already. Like, she's done that with 1 challenger, and now she's got like 5 potential challengers like right behind them, all because she's got great customer service. Like, so thinking about that, in the long run, it will end up serious. It will do, leaps and bounds for your business,
Well, and one thing that's really, really helped me is I actually like let people try the Shakeology. I have only charged a handful of people. I know that's not doable for, everybody to do, but I figure if I can give people like 1 or 2 samples of Shakeology, let's say there's $10. I just lost $10, but if they buy a whole month's worth of Shakeology, I made more than that. So really, it will equal itself out. That's a lot of money to invest. And if once somebody tries it and you tell them your very favorite recipe or something that they would like, and they really fall in love with it, they're going to order it. And then they're going to have it for a whole month, and you're going to get, you're going to get your commission off of that. So essentially you have to give a little bit to make more. That's just the way it is. And I think that's the way with any kind of business is, you have to give some before you really start to take off. And that's really helped me, is just giving people samples of things.
Especially in the front end. And that's like the hardest time too, is when you're like new, you're like, well, I'm not even seeing any benefits out of this because I'm not making any money. Sometimes it does help, like, especially if like they're local like that, to, give them a sample or like make them one. I've definitely, I've had a friend come over and we did a workout together, and, I was like, hey, I'm going to make myself a shake. You want a shake? And then she ordered a challenge pack. She never did anything with it, but I tried,
I just gave 2 samples of my own bag away to 2 people I work with too. So, and I think they're going to buy at least the Shakeology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It is. It is definitely worth it. I had somebody who just signed as a coach, and she's breastfeeding. And so I told her, I was like, some people claim that the vegan is better when they're breastfeeding, and other people say that they can't tell a difference at all. And if you don't have a dairy problem, then it shouldn't be a problem. But, I'm going to send her out of my own bag a few like vegan samples just in case, because she wanted to try the regular. And I'm like, you can't, like, unfortunately, you can't get like a sample pack that's got like vegan and, you know, regular in it as of right now. So I'm just going to send her some, you know, some samples of mine so she has that, so she doesn't, you know, feel like she is up a crick if, you know, because she's never done anything Beachbody before. Remy, don't whine. And so, anyhow, so I'm going to just send her those right there in the, right down smack dab in the mail. But yeah, that's, I mean, those are all things that are just, you know, a true testament to y'all. Like, you know, you give a little bit and then hopefully in the end you're going to, you know, gain some back. And if nothing else, you know, a lot of times they'll tell other people about it and they're like, oh yeah, I know my friend Shanna, she's a Beachbody coach. And so, I mean, I know Becky's giving away packets a lot, you know, I mean, I know it works. And Becky's a true testament too about like reaching out to people that like she doesn't know and like getting them involved, like Summer and soon to be another Summer on our team. And, you know, and Crystal, like those are people that she didn't know and she jumped out of her comfort shell and, you know, reached out to these people and they've gotten amazing results. And, you know, 2 out of the 3 of them are going to be amazing coaches. They are already, they like are already just like, you know, proving, you know, people that this can be done. So just goes to show. Man, I really am sweating in this thing. Woo!
I'm freezing.
Man, you should get
Take your damn onesie off.
I can't. I'm not wearing anything underneath it.
Oh, well, when we get off the call, silly.
Adrian, you should get yourself a onesie. They keep you.
I know. That's pretty cute. I want one.
Oh, my phone died.
Uh-oh. Well, we only got 2 minutes left anyhow. Does anybody else have anything else to say? Or want to tell us, share a success? I like to hear these.
There's a girl that I just wanted to, I was going to post this in Limitless. There's a girl that I went to high school with, and I only really vaguely know her, but we're friends on Facebook. And she just sent me this message 2 nights ago, and it's just to like let y'all know that people are watching. She sent me this message. I can't tell you, I haven't talked to her since high school. She says, how does one go about, quote, getting started on this journey you're on? Been following your results for a while now, and my interest has definitely peaked. So, like, I messaged her back. I don't know if y'all can't see this, but homegirl sent me this huge long message that I have not even responded to yet today. But just to, like, show you that, like, people are watching you, and you might not hear from them for a long time, but, like, they're going to randomly pop up and be like, oh, yeah, just like that girl, like, oh, I've been watching you for a while. I'm like, oh, had no idea. She never liked any of my posts, never commented on them. I had no idea. So they are watching you, and they are watching what you post. So just like Shannon said, just stay consistent.
There was we have like Star Diamond trainings or whatever, and like calls, and it's Catherine's like Star Diamond coach, but he basically has this friend who he's hilarious, but he would only get like 2 to 5 likes on his post. And Jeff reached out to him and was like, do you know anything about social media and the times you post and everything else? And he's like, no. And he's like, and I don't care to know. He's like, because people are reaching out to him, you know, privately, you know. So just because, like Becky said, like that girl never liked or anything on her post, but she was watching her. So just because people aren't liking doesn't mean they aren't watching you. So as soon as you stop, it's like that picture that I always like to show you when like that guy's digging through like the dirt and like you're just right there to like reaching the diamonds, you know. So it's like just as soon as you stop posting is when somebody was just about to reach out to you, and then they're like, oh, I guess Adrian's not a coach because she's not posting, so I don't know. So I'll go to that other Beachbody coach that I know that is consistent, because I clearly see that she's still doing it, because she still annoys me every day with her posts.